Hey everyone, Brenton here. So, because you guys wanted it, everyone has been tweeting me and putting in comments saying that you guys wanted a complete rosters looky-loo while I had early access. So, we're going to give that a go now. So, we're going to take a look at all the lines for every team. Oh, that is the wrong button to be pressing. So, we'll do that, and then we'll see if we can get any sort of progression stats showing up. But as for now, it's pretty limited. So. What do I want? Team rosters, I'm assuming, and then edit lines. Yeah, edit lines. So we'll start from Anaheim and we'll head down. At least they got Arizona right. So I mean that's something. But straight away with this team, what you're going to see is Kessler's 90 overall. I think that's really high for him. Otherwise, you know, you just sort of go through. It's all pretty EAE, I guess. Maybe Getzlaff and Perry could be a little bit higher, and you can take a couple points off Kessler. But yeah, it's all. It's no shock for what EA usually brings in defense. You know, just the standards here. Probably Fowler could be a little bit higher, I guess. But yeah, I don't see there's a way to check goalies. Is there, oh, here it is. There we go. There's the goalies there. So as you guys can see, you can kind of see their. Can you see their like growing rating at all, or? No, I can't really get into growing ratings at all. What about extras? What is extras? Oh, that's that. What's scratched? Just so we can see. Okay, so it's just some of the scratched players, and then no lines. All right, it's nothing there. So that is Anaheim. So we're just gonna go through them all. If the Xbox doesn't freeze on me, which it doesn't. Now we got Arizona, the Coyotes. So let's take a look here at their offense. Obviously, it's gonna be Vodka's pretty high. Hansel's very high, and Dona's extremely high. That is a really weird lineup. Yeah, that's a little bit odd. Gagne, you know, you could probably make a case for him a little bit, but look at Hansel just to bring it into a little. Look at all those. Look at some of those stats. They're pretty good. They're not too bad. I'd say Bud could be pretty quick, I'm assuming. Yeah, he's got 92 speed. Definitely look to make a trade for him. If you'd start your GM. Otherwise, you've got defense here. All pretty standard, I guess. Yandel, Ekman, Larson, we knew they were going to be high. Z, Murphy, yeah, I'm not sure if I completely agree with it. Let's see goalies. This is going to be the interesting bit. Mike Smith didn't have a good season last year, and he's still an 89, so that's a little odd. I think that's a bit high for him. So I'm seeing a lot of things that are a bit too high. If you guys don't know, Operation Sports, the website, they've got their own like revamped rosters. Obviously, it's not up yet, but they do their own rosters, and they do a pretty good job on it. Bergeron, Coverman, 91. No really surprise there. Lucic, 88. Maybe a little bit too high for Lucic. Eriksson, 86. Maybe a little bit too high for Eriksson. Didn't have a great season last year. Chara Sandberg, Boychuk, maybe a little bit too high for him. Krug, maybe, you know, in case we meant to put a couple of extra points in Krugy. And goalies, what's Ras, 91, and then Svedberg, who is, and then Hamilton's an 83. Why is he body scratch? That's mental. I thought he was missing. I guess it's he's scratched probably because he hasn't signed a contract yet. And now we got Buffalo, so the team that is tanking to try to get that first overall pick. You got Hodgson, Stewart, Molson, all pretty standard stuff there, really. We'll bring up defense there. So Georges, Myers are pretty highly rated. Mazzaros is alright, and goalies, Neuwirth is I think that's a bit high for Neuwirth. I was happy with what he was rated last year. I don't think he's improved. I think it was an 83 last year, an 82. Don't understand why he's gotten up. So Calgary, the Flumes. Glenn Cross, Hoodler, yeah, they're probably fair. Maybe Hoodler can go down. Mason Raymond had a good season last year. Sean Monahan, probably a little bit too high for him. Right now, Diadonik might be a little bit high. He had a great season last year, even though he was a bit injury prone. And goalies, Hiller and Ramo, way too high for Ramo. Wow, that's a... I don't understand that team. That's way too high for him. But anyway, I guess we don't have a choice, do we? Carolina. Not sure about Stalls. A little bit too high for my liking. Everyone else seems alright. Let's go defense to the D. John Michael Isles, probably way too high there. Goalies. Cam Ward, probably a bit too high there. Canubin maybe could go up one, so I could see Cam Ward, both of them being like 86s or something like that. I know Cam Ward's a bit more proven, but he hasn't had a good couple of years. And I think actually maybe it is a fair rating because I think he'll have a good season this year. So Chicago, the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks are sharp. Obviously, Host is the big one that I think is a little bit too high, but man, definitely if you can get onto this team, Richards, that's a damn decent team. That's a scary team. Let's see what their defense ranks up as. Ooh, that's scary. That's really scary. So Crawford's definitely a bit too high. I think we can all agree on that. Out of that team, that would be the thing that I would definitely look at. Oh, come on. Alright, Colorado. Yeah, not too bad, I guess. Maybe Duchesne's a little bit too high. But otherwise, everything else seems okay-ish. Yeah, maybe Nate McKinnon, a little bit too high. Probably should have a bit more potential than that. Varlamov, 89, wow. There you go. 89. Just needs one good season and you get all the stats that you need. What are we up to now? Columbus. Johansson, 87, still hasn't signed a contract, otherwise everything else. Davinsky had a great off-season last year. Nisimov, Hartnell's probably a little bit too high. And yeah, we got Wish, Johnson, all of those cool cats. Goalies, Bob, yeah, 90 overall. Still milking what he did 2 seasons ago. Alright, we're getting through the, well, at least we're getting through the teams. We've got Dallas, they're a good, this is the interesting one. I really want to see what Dallas looks like. The Trishkin's up there, so Hemsky's only an 82. I don't get these ratings. He should be a bit higher. He had a good stint with Ottawa, at least an 83 or an 84, I think. Otherwise, everyone else. I think Roussel's a bit high, maybe Garber as well. What's their defense looking like? Wow, Goligoski's an 84. I don't know about that. Goalies. Lindback's way too high. Way too high for a goalie that's like no one has any confidence in. So that's nuts. Detroit. Probably should be on a bit of a decline. Detroit, so Zetterberg, Datsuk, Nyquist. Helm's pretty high for someone who's had so many injuries. Weiss. Why is Weiss an 84? He didn't really play last year. Otherwise, everyone else looks fine. The goalies. 89. Okay, so that's all fine. And we'll move on. 89, Edmonton, the Oilers. Alright, Hall, who I obviously got in the hot pack, great call there. Otherwise, everyone else seems pretty fine. Maybe Purcell could be a little bit too high. Defense, yeah, seems pretty modest. Maybe Fane could go up a couple of points. And Scrivens Fash, yeah, so they're battling for the starter job. I don't mind that. I don't mind that lineup at all. Alright, we'll keep going across. Now we got the Florida Panthers. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's all Boland's way too high. Wow, they got some good depth down the middle. Jokinen's probably a bit too high as well. I mean, he was milking a lot of stats off milking off Malkin. And goalies. Luongo's probably a bit too high as well. Maybe an 87. Dropping down to an 87. I'd be happy with that. I would be happy with that. Alright, LA Kings, the Kings. Stanley Cup champions, so they're gonna have some good stats. Wolves should probably have like a Game 7 feature where he jumps off for Game 7s. Otherwise, yeah, everything else is pretty good. Whoa. Come on. Really? Their 4th line center is an 88. He played there for like a couple of weeks in playoffs. Like it. Anyway. Drew Doughty's playing on the second line of defense. Wow, okay. That sounds good. And Quick gets the 93. Alright, come on. God, these loading screens just take so long. Alright, now we got Minnesota. We're getting through it. We're getting through it slowly. I think we're about halfway through now. Minnesota, they're an interesting team. So they got Parise, Granlund, Koivu's in 89, Coyle. Wow, they're really strong down the center. Yeah, otherwise left wing they got Vanek. You know, they still got Matt Cook if he's not suspended. 92. It's all pretty normal there. And goalies, Hutting and Backstrom. Yeah, Backstrom's I don't know about those goalies. They were both really injury prone. I don't even know if Backstrom will play this year, or Harding. Don't even know how they're going to go this year, so I think they're pretty highly rated. Montreal made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's see what they managed to muster up in ratings. Yeah, it's all pretty legit, really, isn't it? It's probably the one I've been happiest with. Maybe mark off a little bit too high. And price as well, probably price is just a tad bit high for my liking. 92. I think there's a difference between him. Like, I'm not saying he's not an upper echelon goaltender. I just don't think he's like the superstar. Yet he still hasn't won enough in the playoffs for me. Well, this one's going to be pretty interesting. Kuhlman didn't really play much last season, but he's an 84, so that's interesting. Their defense isn't very good, and Halak is an 87. Oh, I don't know. Halak needs a lot of rest in between games, I find, so I think that's a bit high. I'd like to see him around an 85. A lot of the ratings seem to be okay for EA. Like, obviously, it wouldn't be the way that I'll do it, but I'll notice the goalies are pretty high. There's a lot of good goalies. Well, obviously, if you played the demo, you would have seen a lot of these ones. Kreider's an 84. He had a really good season last year. Wouldn't mind him stealing some points here. Otherwise, like, Stahl could probably go down a little bit. Boyle could definitely go down a bit there. And goalies, King Henrik, 93. And Talbot, an 82. Probably move Talbot down a little bit. I don't think he's an 82 goaltender. So I can see they've made the goalies a little bit better this year. So Rangers, now we got Nashville. So this offense isn't going to be very good. What the hell? Okay, he shouldn't be that high. He doesn't generate much. He just shoots. So Mike Fisher an 86. That's a bit. Only Jokinen shouldn't be that high, and he'll be a center anyway. Craig Smith, same deal. Colin Wilson, yeah, a lot of I really don't like that team. That's not. That seems pretty wrong. Defense is alright. And Pecorino gets a 91. Sorry about the audio, guys. It's like 1 in the morning and I'm just busting out as many videos as I can, so I can have a nap while this one uploads, and then I'll get up at like 3 AM and bust out another one. Let's see, Zajac. This team looks alright. Oh wait, where's Ryan Clough? He did nothing last year, so I think that's a bit of a cop-out. Zidlitsky, yeah. And goalies. Ooh, 88. Cool. That's not too bad. Alrighty. And now we head on to the Ottawa Senators, a team that I don't think will do well this year. Let's see what their team's like. Karturis, David Legg wants an 85. See, now look at that. That's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. They shouldn't be 80s. Down the middle there. They're not that good. They're honestly not that good. I like Clark MacArthur. Milan McCulloch I'm not sure about. Anderson's way too highly rated. And Leonard's probably a bit high as well. I think they both could be the same at like 84 or 83. Maybe 85 and 83 or something. Now the Flyers. Boo. Gotta hate the Flyers. Gotta hate the Flyers. Umberger, way too high for Umberger. He was scratched last year in the playoffs. Otherwise, everything else seems alright. Maybe Voracek could go down a little bit. Let's see what Stephen Mason is. Mason's an 87. He had 1 good season after coming off 2 not so great seasons. So Straight Timonen. See, Timonen's not playing yet. I won't be playing at all, and I don't see Del Zotto unless he's scratched. Pronga's still in there. That's pretty funny. Alright, just a few more teams, guys, and then we are done. So we got the Penguins, got our Pens. Let's see what they're rated. I'm very interested in that. So obviously Crosby and Malkin are high. Sutter didn't really go up that much. Gok and Sutter, I don't agree with that. Sutter should be a bit higher and Gok should be a bit lower. Blake Comeau could go down a little bit. Bobo might be able to come up a little bit. And Dupuis, well, we're not sure what Dupuis going to be like after his injury. Marta, I love Marta's rating. Everything seems okay except Scuderi should be like a 3 overall. And Fleury's way too high. 88, my goodness. My goodness, for a goalie that flounders in the playoffs, that's way, and Grice is way too high as well. Very high rankings. Right, San Jose. San Jose, yeah, for a team that doesn't make playoffs, they got Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle. Maybe a little bit too high for like Thornton and Marlowe, but it's not awful. Vlasic Demirs, yeah, it's not great. Oh, how much? What was Vlasic? Yeah, that's. Oh, Vlasic could go high. Niemi's way too high. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. That makes me violently ill. Thank you, Niemi. Jerk off. St. Louis or St. Louis. Steen, one good season, goes up. Oshie, yeah, Backus probably a bit too high. Berglund probably a bit too high. Where's oh, sorry. Let's see. Defense ratings probably seem a bit too high. I'm always just like, yeah, it's a bit too high. Ugh. I really feel like they haven't got the goalies right at all. Who we got here? Cole's an 82. Damn, if you're looking to make a trade for a D, man, pick up Cole. It's 82, just sitting there, just like, yeah, I can't even get a game. So yeah, if you're in your GM modes, definitely look at that one for a steal. Tampa Bay, the Lightning. Yeah, seems alright. Maybe Polak can go down as a bit inconsistent. Same with Kilron. Bit inconsistent. I'm not sure about this. Stamkos would be on the first line there. Otherwise, everything else seems okay. Hedman, Stroman, Gudis, Carl. Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. And the goalies, here we go. Ben Bishop, 88. That's the one goalie I agree with. He had a really good season last year. Not enough to be in the 90s, but definitely to be in the high 80s. Him and Varlamov, I've been pretty happy with. The fact that they're the same as Marc-Andre Fleury, well, it's a bit scary, isn't it? Toronto, Canadians' darling team that chokes whenever required. Bozak is an 87. That is a joke. Santorelli's an 84. Wow. And then, alright, there we go. That's the horrible one. Clarkson's an 85 overall. What the hell did he do last year? Nothing. It's an 85 overall. My goodness. My goodness. Bernier. Reimer's way too high. Bernier's should be a little bit higher. He had a great year last year. It was the only reason they did anything. When he got injured, it all went downhill after that. When he wasn't 100% fit. Vancouver. Don't start a riot. Don't start a riot. Verbata, Burrows, Benino. Yeah. Maybe Hansen's a little bit too high, definitely. Defense. I'm noticing like all the second pairings seem to be a lot higher. Miller's an 89, Eddie Lack's an 84. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, we'll amount of goalies that are NHL starters, which like inherited the job. Washington. This is one that I'm interested to see because a lot of Penguins one here. Johansson, Brewer, Brooks Like. That's a bit high, I think, for him. Joe Ward, very high for him. Orpik, 83, Niskanen, 85. I'm happy with those. Green's still an 87, I'm not sure about that. Hoppy's an 86. Yeah, I could see that. With all the other goalie ratings, that seems consistent. Last but not least, the team that Evander Kane wants to leave ASAP, but probably won't. Will get dragged out in this saga. The Winnipeg Jets. So what is Evander Kane? Just 87. Ooh. If it was in another team, it might have been a bit higher. This team could probably be a little bit lower, but that's right. We're not going to get too sticky. And goalies. Alright, Pavlik is horrendously bad. So, 85 overall? Nah, not good. Anyway, guys, that's the roster. If you've lasted this long, I'd entertain you, and, you know, it was factual, so make sure you hit that sub button. Otherwise, comment and give it a like. And, yeah, what do you think about the rosters? I think they're way too high for a lot of teams. Like I said, go on to operationsports.com. They do their own revamped rosters. They do a really good job. I recommend it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you and bye.